SLA Video Productions presents live from the Eileen Humphrey Auditorium in the beautiful Westlake Community Services Center in Westlake, Ohio. It's Westlake Live!
To America in 1972 at a young age, bound and determined to start a new life. Momoe Garland is an inspiration to all ages in what you can accomplish when putting forth the effort and commitment. Today, SLA Video Productions host Addie Krinko will find out what motivates this active 77-year-old. Please give a warm welcome to Addie and Momoe.
Okay, well, thank you for joining us today to tell us your story. I know you're a very interesting, inspirational lady. And let's start off by asking you, you're from Japan, and what part of Japan are you from?
There's southern part of Japan, Kyushu Island, then north of Kyushu Island, Fukuoka.
Okay, now how would that be in relation to Tokyo or Kyoto? Is that anywhere near or not close?
No, about 2 hours flight from Fukuoka to Tokyo.
Okay, so, all right, so you're not from some, it's not that it's obscure, but it's not known, okay. When did you come? What year and how old were you at the time?
I was 27 years old.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's 1972.
Okay. All right. And what made you decide to come to the United States? And had you ever been here before, or was this the first time?
I was 24. I visited my relative in Los Angeles.
Okay.
Yeah, that time I traveled several cities in the States.
Okay. All right. So, all right. And when you arrived here, did you know English?
Little bit.
A little bit, okay.
Yes.
What? All right. And then once you made the move permanently, what education did you bring with you that you had in Japan?
Yeah, I went to private college, admission by Baptist. So we had a huge influence from American life. You know, teachers spent time in the States, came back, then he explained to us how wonderful America was. So, yeah, that was big influence. And we watched American movie. So another one.
You got inspired to give it a shot.
Yeah,
Okay,
dream house.
Okay,
Dream
yes.
House, a big green yard, and the white fence.
Oh, yeah, just like, okay, that's,
Yeah.
When you arrived here, did you come on your own, or were you assisted by an agency, or did you know people that were here that helped you get established?
Tell the truth, I ran away from the home. All my relatives and parents, sister didn't know I left home.
Wow.
When I got to the States, I wrote a letter. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that took a lot of courage to do that.
Yes.
Because, I mean, just to jump from continent to continent and then to leave in the manner that you did, that's pretty gutsy.
Yes.
Oh my goodness, okay. Well, and then when you got here, what made you choose Northeast Ohio as your landing point?
Okay, I have a friend from Cleveland, and he still has to go college 1 more year. I wanted to go to the college. Mm-hmm. So we looked for the cheapest tuition. Mm-hmm. And the Akron was the 7th cheapest tuition.
Okay.
So that's why we chose
Okay, very good.
Yeah.
So when you first got here, what were some of your initial impressions of the United States? Because, of course, it's probably different than, as you said, in the movies or whatever.
That was a wow. What a beautiful, big country. Why we fought with this country. That was my first impression.
Wow. Okay,
Yeah.
that's a good perspective there. So once you got here, did you find it difficult to find a job, or because you did have an education? So how did that go for you?
Yeah, just I started working at the dime store. Mm-hmm. Yeah. However, I cannot work because tourist visa. So only one way I'd like to do, that I have a friend from Cleveland. So, okay, I'm going to get married to him.
Oh, okay. See,
So,
you has this all thought out, right?
Yeah, because I
Okay.
have to go college, and the international student tuition is very high. So I can't afford that. So I
So
feel
you got married. Okay, well,
But that's what I did.
okay. So once you started working and living here, what were, throughout your lifetime, what were some of your favorite careers or jobs that you've held? I'm sure you've done a lot, but what stood out in your mind is the best for you?
Okay, so when I worked at the dime store, the lady, maybe close to 60, she told me, I got divorced. I didn't have any education. That's why I'm working at the dime store. So, Momo, you better go to college. She encouraged me. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So, that's
So what continuing education did you pursue? What type of fields did you
Okay.
enter?
Okay. Not right away. I didn't go to college, but after first daughter was born, and I moved to work at the supermarket, Bureau's. Yeah. Then I look around the young kids working, and they go to school, they work. So I'm surprised why. In Japan, parents pay all the college tuition. So kids never work during the college day. So those young people inspire me to go work. So I can do that too. So I told my husband, I like to go to college. Then he said, no, you don't. You raise kids. So I said, it's okay, I work. Then I go to school. So I start going to school part-time. I paid my own tuition.
Good for you. Good
Yeah.
for you.
Then first, what I did, I looked for the newspaper. What kind of jobs on the newspaper available? Then programmer. So I said, okay, I'm going to go data processing, 2 years degree. So that's what I did. I finished, I looked for the job. Everybody wants 4 years degree programmer. But I couldn't afford to keep going to school, so what I did, I wrote a resume, and I sent maybe 100 resumes to the company. Okay, I got only 7 reply out of 100. Then I got 2 companies call me and job interview, but I couldn't get it. So I took my resume, then I visited small company in Akron area. Then I visited those companies. I said, I'm here for not asking, hire me. Would you give me critics, my resume? Then third company I visited, that's a Myers Industry in Akron. Then he looked at me. I have a great resume. I kept it. So he showed me. So, okay. Then I went back home. I used the word utilize. Yeah. Then I sent the resume a couple of places. Then Texas Instrument, they called me. And they said, I like your cover letter. Not the grade. Then I got a job at the Texas Instrument. Yeah.
And were you in programming then? That's what you did?
Yes, computer related. So I have to program the computer, but that's a small computer.
Yeah, because
That
you were
was
kind of in
easy.
the forefront
Yes,
when that was
yes.
all bursting on the scene.
yes.
Okay,
So-
and what did you do? Anything beyond that? Any other careers?
Then the Texas Instrument, we keep telling the company the home computer is expensive and software is expensive, so I don't think we can make it. But they didn't listen. So end of the year, they closed the computer division. So I lost the job. But it was nice. They asked me to relocate to Columbus. But I have a kid, and I was divorced already that time. So I cannot do that. And then Northwest Airlines at the airport, position available. So I thought, oh, that's good. I can go back home easily. Then my daughter said, Mom, you may lose job again. That's what. So I go back to school. Yeah. Then how many years? I don't remember. But the end of the master's degree, I went to education, technical education, computerized education. So I got the master's degree. That time, Akron youth students got together, petitioned, and we need a Japanese class.
Well, that would be perfect
So-
for
so-
you.
So I said, yeah, I can teach. So I wrote all the requests, and then I took it to the department head, said, okay, I hire you. Then that's the way I created Japanese language course.
Wow,
Thanks to the economy.
that's great. Well, I wasn't probably at that time as well that many people were buying Japanese cars, and Japan was
Yes,
becoming
yes.
a big power in terms of economics. So
Yes,
that was you were there
then
at the right
lots
time.
of company hire me at nighttime, the Japanese class at the company.
Oh,
Goodyear, Firestone.
wow, wow, that's really impressive.
So,
Okay, well, that's
yeah.
That's
I
a
was
lot.
a single mom, so I have to work hard.
okay. Well, good for you. So, when you came over here, being an immigrant, did you ever have any annoying or experiences that were sort of frustrating for you?
At the beginning, at the dime store, one lady came and, are you a war bride?
A war bride?
I didn't know the meaning. What's that mean?
A war bride. Oh my gosh. Okay.
Yeah, I didn't know that. Then she explained to me. Oh, no. I graduated Japanese 4-year college. Then I'm going to go to college here too. Then I asked her back, did you graduate college? Then she shut her mouth.
Oh dear. Oh my gosh, that's great.
Yeah.
So, talking about being a bride, so you were married and divorced. Have you remarried, and do you have any other children? Because it seems like you just have the one.
I
at the
have two
Okay.
from first one, then second marriage. I started teaching Japanese at the university. And one of the students was a professor. I didn't know that. Then I ended up married to him.
Okay, that's great.
Usually people think the other way around.
Yeah, that's true. So, do you now have grandchildren as well?
Yes, I have two girls.
So all girls. So,
They are already graduated college.
okay.
Yes, yeah.
And can you tell us a little more about what your daughters do?
Okay, yeah. I have two daughters, and I kept telling them, Akron is not the world. You have to get out Akron college. I'm willing to pay tuition. So get out, get out. So oldest one went to Penn State,
Wow.
and younger one went to Boston College.
Wow.
And the younger one is big, getting bigger and bigger. That time, size 18 to 22, 1 year in Boston.
Wow.
So I said, no. I said, what you want to be? I'm going to be a high school math teacher. Okay, then you don't have to be in Boston. Come back to Akron. Then, my husband worked for University of Akron, so she get tuition free. So I put her back to Akron second year. Then all of us got together, then diet on her.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, plus she went to the Akron.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now her size is 16. Yeah, we did, all of us ate same food. Breakfast, oatmeal pancake, no sugar. Then my husband and I went out lunch, ate our food.
So do you have favorite restaurants you like to go to?
Nowadays, I'm tired of eating out.
Yeah, I bet, yeah. Okay.
But that's what I did because of we, as a family, ate her food, dinner. So she lost weight, size 22 to size 16, and she kept that size for how many years? 20 years.
Is she tall? Is she a taller lady?
Yes.
Okay, yeah, because you're so tiny.
Yeah,
So, okay.
Yeah, and the oldest daughter just kept working. No, she is another story. She went to St. Vincent St. Mary High School. She was a smart one. Then she got in the engineering department at Penn State.
Wow.
And her test was a 93 percentile. However, she partied first.
Okay.
Fail, withdraw, D.
Oh, my goodness. Uh-oh. Oh, Mom was
Yes.
not happy about that,
Yeah,
I'm sure.
So
Okay.
I was a single mom, and I sent out of state tuition, 30-some, very expensive. So it was hard, but I said, no, I don't pay tuition anymore second year. If you want to go college, then work and go. I didn't pay any. So she sold her car, then she bought a used car. Then she started working at Penn State. Then she went all the way to graduate. Yeah. Then after that, she started, she kept going to school. Then she worked at the Penn State. Then she has 2 master's degrees, and
Wow.
she's teaching at the Penn State.
Oh, that's good.
Yes.
Wow, okay.
Thanks to that university, she started working age 19 at the Penn State. Now she's 48. She counted working year since 19. She was 19. So 3 more years she can retire.
Wow.
Yeah.
Because she started so
hard
young.
work pay off now.
Yeah.
Yeah, but she didn't know at that time.
Wow, that's
Yeah, both. The young one, same way. She became a high school teacher, math teacher. And she didn't like the parents because she was offered tutor to the student. And mother said, that's not good because I have to pick him up. So after that, she said, no, I don't want to be. Then she went back to graduate school. And she found Akron U gave her scholarship, so she went to school for free.
wow.
Then she works for government, so she lives in D.C. right now.
Okay, well, that's a lot of accomplishment
Yes,
from both of
as a
them.
single mom, I did a lot.
Yeah, that's excellent. Okay, well, I remember you saying you need to get out of Akron. So
Yeah.
what have you done as far as traveling around the United States? You said it was a big country. What places have you visited, and what are your favorites in the U.S.?
U.S.?
Yeah.
U.S., I like Grand Canyon. The nature is wonderful.
Yes, I'm a fan of that part of the world,
And
too.
Florida.
Okay,
Winter, it's warm.
okay.
However, I like 4 seasons. So I like Ohio.
Okay, good. Okay, that's great. And did you ever travel places where it was very evident the regional differences in terms of the cultures or the people? Because we are a big, diverse country with a lot of...
Because my relative lives in Los Angeles. I thought, oh no, I never can raise kids that.
Yeah, that's a...
Yes. Yeah, because so many different ethnic, so all kinds of different problems. Yeah, adult and kids. So I thought, no way. I like a small town to raise children. Then when kids get, grown up, then they can get out wherever they want. but they never come back.
Okay, well, I would suspect that you're probably someone who likes to travel abroad as well.
Yes.
So I think once you told me, how many countries have you visited?
37 countries.
37 countries.
Yeah,
Well, it's
but since I was college, I started going to, foreign countries.
wow,
Yeah.
wow. And what one was your favorite? Because you know, what do you?
Each country has a good point and bad point.
Mm-hmm.
Then I like Norway, but just visit. But the living there is a different story.
Mm-hmm.
But every time I come back to the States, I'm glad I live in this country. That's yes.
Well, that's wonderful to hear. Okay, well, we've heard already a lot about you, so we're going to take a break from your wonderful life, Momo. But first, we have a short message from SLA Video Productions about a fantastic way that you can capture a live keepsake of your loved one. So if you want to have a cool remembrance of them, they can help you with that. So we'll be right back after these words.
By the time I was old enough to hear a lot of these stories, I mean, he'd already passed on.
I miss hearing his voice and all the bad jokes he made. I wish that I could hear him talk one more time.
My dad loved sports, and he carried that love of sports and competition with him his whole life. I really miss hearing his voice and those phone calls after a close Browns game.
Okay, welcome back. So we're going to continue our conversation with Momoe Garland. What are your favorite things about the Cleveland-Akron area since you've been here so long? Aside from you just said it's a nice, peaceful place to raise children, do you spend a lot of time frequenting all our cultural amenities here?
Yes, I like to live in Akron, small, and I like Cleveland. That's a big city to Akron people. So easy to get to Cleveland, only half hour. Yeah, but to raise the children, I like small town, so perfect. So I go Cleveland, especially museum. I like that. Then my husband collect antique car, so we go antique car.
Okay. Did you ever go to doesn't the Western Reserve Historical, or whatever they call it now, the Cleveland History Center, they have a whole collection of old cars?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so you-
I go, and I like Lake Erie, water, yeah. So I grew up, my hometown is surrounded the ocean, so I like to see water, so I just go Cleveland.
Yeah, same thing.
That's not the lake to me. I cannot see the
Other side, yes, yes, even though you know Canada's out there somewhere, but, okay. What was I gonna ask you? Oh, yeah, okay, so what do you like about American culture? Because, I mean, I don't know if you watch TV a lot, or if you go to movies, or...
Yeah, the fast freedom, that's okay. If you set the goal here, if you work hard, you can reach goal. That's what I learned. And in Japan, before I do something, I have to think about how family react, or what my relatives think about me. So I cannot take action right away. First thing I have to do, think about other people, then do. So my action is limited. But here, I can do anything I want. Freedom. That's what I like.
That's great. Is there anything from your upbringing in Japan that was helpful in your being able to transition to the culture here?
I don't know, helpful, but that's I respect elders, and so I do the same thing in this country. Yeah, and the neighbors, and yeah. So
Were you able to, was it easy for you to make friends when you came over here?
yes,
Okay, that's
yeah.
good. Well,
Before I left Japan, I kept telling my mom I like to go to America. That you think America is great, but look at their history. They're always fighting. The people are not nice. That's what my mom told me. Okay. But after I got here, I write a letter once a month. And every time I said, Mom, you are wrong. All the people I met so far, everybody is nice.
Oh, good. Well, that's
Yeah.
good. Good.
But she never written me back for 1 year
Oh.
because she got mad at me. So, but at the end of the year, she said, I forgive you.
Aw. Okay. So how often do you go back to Japan, and what do you miss about it?
The food, only I miss about is the food and the friends. And twice a year, spring and fall, I go back. Because that way I meet all my siblings. I have 2 brothers and 2 sisters.
Okay.
So
And they're all over there. Okay.
Then I meet high school friend and grade school friend.
Wow, you still keep in touch. Wow.
We travel together.
Oh,
grade
that's-
school friend.
Oh, that's exciting. Okay. And how has Japan changed since you left? A lot, I'm sure.
Okay, my Japan stayed same when I left. Yeah. However, no, because of TV and the modern technology development, westernized, and everything westernized. So one day, American businessman told me, Momoe, you better go back home, hurry. Japan is disappearing.
Oh.
That's what he said. Yes.
Oh, it's becoming more
More
westernized.
westernized. So we said, okay, yeah, look at the people, looks like Japanese, but the inside is not. That's what we said.
That's very interesting. Okay, well, if somebody, because I like to travel, if I was going to go to Japan, what would you say are must-sees? What would you encourage me to make sure that I didn't miss while I was over there? And also as a tourist, because I know you have this, we all have the impression that Japanese people are very polite. And so how would I be a good tourist? How would I behave properly? And what would you recommend that I see over
Okay.
there?
First thing, you have to say, thank you, I'm sorry, excuse me. Those 3 words. Yeah, they bow. So
Yeah, I was going to say, yeah, the bowing,
bow,
they still
yeah.
do that a lot?
Yeah,
Okay.
they do.
Okay.
And those 3 words, they like it. Yeah. So that's important thing.
Okay, and again, what would you, I mean, of course, everybody would want to go to Tokyo and Kyoto.
Tokyo, yes, Kyoto is important because all the capital, they kept shrine and temples. Yeah.
And that's a big cultural center,
Big,
isn't it?
yes.
More an artistic?
Then they are not allowed to rebuild even regular home because that's all. So I feel sorry because we are changing modern way air conditioning. That they are not allowed to. They can do that, but the outside they cannot change it.
Okay,
So limit, yeah.
interesting, okay. Wow, so we've learned a lot about you
Yeah.
already.
Yeah. Kyoto and
Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, Mount Fuji. You have
Oh,
to
of course, I didn't mean to interrupt you. Okay, go ahead, continue.
Yeah, Mount
Mount
Fuji.
Fuji, yeah, those are the ones that everybody, I think, would make it a
Yes,
point to see.
You can see the Mount Fuji from the airplane on the top part.
Oh,
But if you, another thing, you have to ride the Super Duper Express Shinkansen.
okay.
Yeah.
That's a train?
Train.
Okay.
You ride that one, you can see the bottom of the Mount Fuji.
Okay, okay,
Yeah.
wow.
Then, yeah, that Shinkansen is very good. You can drink coffee, little bit shake, but never split. And eat, yeah. So that's a recommendation. You have to take that.
To have to take the train. Okay. Well, we've learned about your career, your family, your travels. What I know you have a passion for ballroom dancing because if anyone has seen the teaser about you, how long have you been doing that and what got you interested in the first place?
Okay. I'm doing 5 years, so 5 years.
Oh.
7 years ago, my husband and I took a cruise. But his lifestyle, at 9, he has to go to bed. So even on the cruise, he does it. So I don't have anything to do. So I took dance lesson.
Oh,
Yeah. Then ballroom dance, then the instructor said, what you want to do tonight? I said, my husband go to bed 9 o'clock, so I don't have anything. Then he said, come to the floor, I dance with you. 7 days he did for me. Then he said, you should take a dance lesson. So, okay, that's the way I started.
Wow.
I love it.
Okay, that's wonderful. So in the trailer, if people watch, they're going to see that you've won a lot of trophies. So you compete a lot, correct? Do you like competing?
Yes, my personality. If I'm gonna do it, I have to get something.
Oh, okay.
So if I fall down, even fall down, I have to stop my. But anyway, you have to set the goal again. If once you can jump. No, I'm gonna go compete twice a year. Then I set the goal. Then I do. Then I guess because my age group, I started 70, 72 that age. So my age group, not many people compete.
That's true, yeah.
It's good. So that's a good reason. Whenever I compete, I get not the first, but the second or third, and then I get scholarship.
Oh,
Yes.
wow. Oh, that's
Then
good.
I donate the scholarship to the dance studio. They raise the children's dancer. So that's what I do.
Okay.
So teacher likes that, so he likes to go too.
Now, I noticed in the little trailer that the people that you dance with are young men.
Yes.
So what's that experience like, having a different generation?
I went to a couple dance studio. Then, 50, 60 years old dance teacher. So I said, no, they don't move fast enough for me.
Okay.
So I choose young teacher. So
Good.
that's the way I chose.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, in that sphere of ballroom dancing, is there a particular dance that you favor? Because I know there's waltz, foxtrot.
Yeah.
So which one is your favorite?
Yeah, there are two kinds of dance style, American and international, because my teacher is international from Ukraine.
Ukraine? Mm-hmm.
So I like international. It's hard, but I like it. So I take international. Then he started teaching, you have to know American too. So I took American. So I do both. Of course, I like fast dance, swing.
Oh, you like
Jitterbug.
swing. Oh, my gosh. Okay. That's very high energy.
Yes. So that's, I dance around. So I need a young teacher.
Okay.
Then I have a 19 years old teacher.
Wow. Okay, that's great. I noticed also in your little trailer you have a lot of shoes. You have how many pairs of dancing shoes do you have?
Yes. Slow dance we have special, and the fast dance another one. Two kinds, but usually we have practice shoes and competition shoes.
Okay.
So most of people have 4 or 5 shoes.
Okay,
Yes.
that makes sense. So a lot of people that are involved with dance branch out into other activities. Do you do anything besides
Yes,
ballroom?
That's ballroom. I love golfing. The reason is one time I went to Japan. And in Japan, you have to always go up and down stairway, the train. So my legs start hurting. Then I found out I have arthritis. Then teacher said, move your leg, move. So that's why another reason I started the ballroom dancing. And golf, I've been doing golfing. And swimming,
Okay.
that's for the leg. And golf, I've been golfing 20 years.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
okay. Didn't know.
Swimming, last year I really serious about
Hip.
hip. So the swimming is the best cure. So that's what I do.
Well, speaking of hips, I understand you just had hip surgery, which is sort of a rite of passage
Yes.
for a senior. So can you give anyone advice
Yes,
if they're considering it or expect to be having that done?
I highly recommend do it because when I had the surgery, teacher said, no, yours wore out. No wonder pain. So I'm glad I did. But before that, he said, before you have surgery, you have to build up a good muscle on the leg, then quick recovery. I listened to him. So every morning, 5:30, I went swimming. How many? 6 months? I did, yeah. So after I had a surgery, maybe 3 days I had a hard time, but after that, I'm okay. And my leg moves, I can walk, and yeah. So I had surgery March 30th. Now I'm driving, I'm going up, down the stairs, and I'm cooking, I'm visiting friends.
So you're back to normal pretty
Back
much.
to-
That's a
yes.
pretty impressive recovery.
Yes,
You know, it's
they said that because I have been active, so that's why. Yeah.
okay. So you're obviously very physically fit, and you kind of talked about this a little bit. Do you consider yourself a health nut when it comes to the food that you eat? Because, you know, nutrition is a very important component of longevity.
When I was young, never. But when I reached a certain age, yeah, I start paying attention. Then another thing, my doctor said I have a very good blood.
Oh,
Yes, but then you have to appreciate your parents. They must have a good blood. So that's what it is. And yes, I have my diet. Morning, yoga, blueberry, cereal, orange juice, and fresh orange, and toast, and bacon. I love bacon.
you like bacon? Okay.
So that's my breakfast, big breakfast.
Okay.
And then I eat big breakfast and lunch. And dinner, I don't eat any starch, potato or rice, vegetable or meat. That's what it is. Then dessert, of course, I have to eat dessert.
Okay. Do you have is there a particular favorite that you have in that category?
Oh, if it's sweet, I eat anything.
Oh, really? Okay. Like cheesecake or
Oh, yeah,
regular
yeah.
cake? Okay.
Yeah. Then usually we eat 5, then finish 6. So usually I don't eat anything after 7. Then next morning 5:30 I go swimming. So I use all the energy last night food. So that's why I keep myself skinny.
That's good. Do you ever go to the metro parks and take walks or hikes over there? Because I read something recently in Japan in the 80s. There was this movement called forest bathing, where people go out into nature and they immerse themselves in the...
They do get together at the park. Every morning they do exercise. Then after that, some people go start walking, some people go to the shopping center. Then they eat breakfast, then walk around the shopping center.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, because I was thinking if anybody was interested in that activity, because basically when I looked it up the other day, it's pretty much going out in the woods and being in the moment, smelling it, hearing the sounds, and appreciating the nature around you. And I thought, well, we are really lucky here in Northeast Ohio because we have metro parks everywhere. So if you wanted to do that, you could.
They have a park. They get together. Then they walk around. Yeah, they do.
Okay.
Yeah.
So are you somebody, you seem like a very calm individual, because I was going to ask you how you get centered, if you ever get stressed, or how do you bring yourself back to, or where do you get your inner strength from? Because it sounds like everything you've done in your life,
No, because anything, I set the goal. Even I get surgery, okay, I'm going to get recovered within 2 weeks. So everything. Like I go movie, okay, I'm going to go movie. After that, I schedule myself. Yeah. So I think set a goal is important. It doesn't matter small or big. In the evening I drive to Columbus often. The 2 hours, no, in the middle, that's what, I forgot. But I said, okay, 1 hour that middle. So I'm gonna stop at the McDonald's. Everything I do, that's the first goal. Get to 1 hour, then get the McDonald's to get a drink. And then next hour, I get the Columbus.
Okay, just so you have it all planned out.
Yeah, that way, 2 hours drive alone. Yeah.
That way it breaks it up. Do you do any volunteering? That's pretty common.
Yes, I've been doing almost 20 years at Cleveland Clinic, Akron General. I push the wheelchair for the discharged patient.
Okay.
Because I go all over the hospital, so I know the more location. You know, yeah.
Yeah, after 20 years, you.
The hardest one is going to cancer ward. Yeah, discharge the patient, but as what I should talk to them, you know.
Yeah, yeah.
I know, yeah. But, but I like enjoying. But due to the COVID, I haven't done 3 years.
Gone over there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So I like to do that.
That's great.
Because 2 girls did the candy stripes.
Oh, okay,
Yeah,
yes.
no more candy stripes. Yeah, so they told me when I retired, Mom, you have to volunteer.
Okay, that's
That's
good.
what I did.
From a cultural standpoint, what do you think the difference is between how seniors are regarded in the United States versus Japan?
Oh, gosh. Government protect senior very well. I think to me, too much. Yeah, government pays. Here, same way, senior, go to doctor, everything. But if you need help, those help, government pays transportation. So you don't have to pay the helper to pay.
Are you talking about in Japan now?
Japan, yes, well protected. Yes, I think too much. Yes.
Okay.
So therefore, if you go to the doctor, there are lots of seniors in the doctor's office.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just a call, they go to the doctor. Here, we go to the drugstore, then get the, because, no. Over there, they go to the doctor, get the shot. Yes.
What advice would you give to somebody who has just come to the United States or considering coming here?
Okay, first thing, yeah, they have to know the culture, American culture, wherever they go, culture, that's the thing. And just observe first, you know, yeah. Then try to make friends. Yeah, that's it. So when I got here first, I made a friend with senior. That's the best because she lives alone. So I go to her house. Then I did everything together: clean the house, go shopping, laundry, and cooking. That way you can learn English quickly. Yeah,
Well,
plus
that's
culture. Yeah. So I enjoy that. So that's why get to know culture, then, you know, follow their culture. Of course, we always compare. Oh, my country, yeah. So, but
Wow, this was really an interesting conversation.
yeah, then if you are nice to people, then they are nice to you too.
That's true.
Yeah. So I didn't have bad experience to deal with American people.
Well, that's
Yeah.
good. So how would you sum up your 50 years of living in the United States?
Fantastic.
Oh, good.
No, because I'm glad I didn't get married to Japanese. I engaged once, but I broke the engagement because I didn't know how big this country is. Then if you set the goal, you work for it, you can reach your goal. That I reached so many goals here. And living here is so wonderful. I can do anything I want. I go golfing, traveling, cooking, having party with friends, and the dancing, you know. And in Japan, if you're a housewife, family first. So before I came here, I was 24. I asked my mom, Mama, once I get married, I can have freedom anymore. So would you help me go to America? I save up money. So she said, okay, she loved to get rid of me, you know. So she helped me. So I came to the States. That was a big surprise. And that moment, I don't want to live in Japan. I come back here. Then I travel around America. Then my fiance's mom got mad at me. 2 girls went to America. Oh no. So my engagement was breached. So I said, Mom, I like to go Europe. Can I? She said, okay. So I went to Europe 1 month. 1 month here, 1 month there, when I was 24. But that's the best time woke me up. Yeah.
Excellent. Wow. Well, thank you so much for sharing your story. This was really
But you know, I
inspiring.
like to say, everybody, if you complain about this country, go back to your own country. They don't want to go back. They complain. So myself, sometimes, I get mad. I ask myself, you want to go back to Japan? No. No.
Okay, well, we're going to conclude our conversation. Thank you so much.
You're
Now,
welcome.
we're going to offer the opportunity for people in the audience. If you're live streaming, you can submit a question to the chat box. If you're in the audience here, does anyone have a question for Momo?
Hi, and I'm going to give a recommendation to add to yours, Momo.
Okay.
I went to Japan with 2 people who did not eat fish. And that was, I would recommend never doing that if you are a fish eater.
Okay.
So, that was not fun.
Yeah.
But you don't have to. There are all
But
kinds
I
of
love
food.
sushi.
Huh?
I love sushi.
Yeah.
And I just wanted to go to sushi bars, so.
You should go to the fish market in
Yes.
Tokyo, famous.
Yes, well, we're all going with Momo to.
Yes, yeah, right.
Yeah.
We've been planning this trip, so if
Okay.
anyone would like to join, just, give us a call. Okay. Annette has a question.
Momo, you inspire me. I just admire you so much. You're so fiercely independent. And I'm very jealous how you sit so straight. Your posture is perfect. But my one question is, your name, my granddaughter has a boyfriend whose name is Momo. So is it for either gender?
No, but Momo comes from my father's side mother. My grandma is Momo Yo, and I got Momo means 100. So they expect me to live 100.
Oh, boy.
Thank you.
Okay, Mary Ann?
Just because your life has been so fantastic, and you do travel back to Japan twice a year, have you influenced any of your nieces or nephews or relatives to come to America?
Yes, everybody came to America. Yes, my siblings, other siblings. So we traveled all over and the nephew and niece came over. Yes, girls like American culture, but the boys not that much. Typical. Yeah.
Have any come to live here? Are any of your other relatives living here?
No, but I take exchange student. I have been taking exchange student, high school. Yeah. Or funny thing is, I take everybody. So one time I took Japanese baseball player, minor league. Then he debuted on Cleveland used to be India, Major League, and I drove all the way to Maryland for his debut.
Oh, that's
And
sweet.
then after that, he became a Major League Baseball player in Japan.
Okay.
Again, he's very polite. He still keep the Japanese culture, so he still left one bag, my house. That way, I think he's gonna come back. Yes, sure enough, every year he comes back. My son, I adopted him.
Oh, okay.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, anything else? Oh, Paul?
Paul.
Okay, Paul.
I am amazed at your story.
Thank you.
You're a very independent, self-determined person. You haven't told me what you were like as a little girl.
Well, I'm a baby. The two brothers and two sisters. I'm baby. And I was spoiled rotten. I hate people say you're spoiled rotten. I hate it. And when I became a high school girl, I decided I don't take anymore. So what I told everybody, no, my fault.
Oh, there you go. That's good.
That's it.
Okay, now, who in your early life influenced you to be that independent?
My father. My father was school teacher, grade school principal. He told me a long time ago, he said, boys and girls are equal. Everybody go to college. That's what he did. So we did, when I was little, everybody has to go to work in the field, boy or girl. It doesn't matter, different job. And everybody has to clean the house, boy or girl. My father. I had a funny story, my father. I was closing the door got stuck, I kicked it. Then my father said, door couldn't say anything, but if you hit a human being, you get slapped. That's what he told. So my father was kind of scared.
So Momo, you left something out that
What?
we know about you, and it has something to do with where you were till midnight. Can you tell us about that part of your life?
Yes. Oh, I have, that was funny. Because I take all the people looking for the place to live, I take it. One time I took a young girl. She happened to be a cabaret cheerleader. And the Thursday, she came in, we eat dinner, then I said, what I do, I explained, I do the ballroom dancing. Then she said, oh, coming Sunday, cabaret has a senior dancing team's audition. Oh, then my husband said, go ahead, go. So I auditioned and I got it. Then I met Adi. We enjoyed it. Then a couple of years later, the cabaret sent us a letter said, movie, Netflix, need a dancer. So we auditioned, but not the dancer, but extra. So we got into movie Netflix. We jumped. That was the last year. And this year, LeBron James' movie shooting is filming right now. And the audition was already over, but I sent the email. I like to be in it. Then I got it. Then yesterday was a filming day. Yes, I learned a lot. Gosh.
So Momo was kind enough to come here this morning after being there till midnight, so we thank you.
Oh, you're welcome.
And we
It's
thank you
fun.
for your story, and we look forward to many more
Oh, thank you.
with you.
I don't know what's next coming.
Yeah, you'll have to tell us what's next. And Abby,
Maybe
thanks,
skydiving.
thanks for being our host.
And don't forget, if you want to create your own memory, contact SLA Video Productions, and they will help you with that.
And we want to hear from you. Contact us online or through social media with ideas and suggestions for future content. Also, you can help us enlighten and inspire others by sponsoring one of our video podcasts or any of our content.